He said, I'm here for my hoe. You need to see if Poindexter takes direct, like, does he need direct deposit, cashier's check, gold bars? That's what you need to be figuring out, talking about paperwork. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are here with another reaction to Daredevil Born Again. We're on season 2, episode 7, which is called The Hateful Darkness. So in the last episode, we had the reappearance of a fan favorite. If you watch the Netflix version of Jessica Jones, we found out that she is loosely kind of tied into this world through Mr. what's his name? From Matthew Lillard's character, Charlie, or Mr. Charles, sorry. But anyways, there is a linkage there. We also learned that Jessica's powers have been coming in and out since she had her daughter, which looks like she's at least 5 or 6 years old now. So we've had quite the time jump. But yeah, just information that I think is going to be a little bit more, helpful for us where she's concerned whenever Defenders comes out. But anyways, outside of that, things hit a fever pitch because we lost Vanessa and Fisk was basically in a silent fuming rage the entire episode, and it came to a culmination point at the end where there was riots happening at the mayor's home because they're ready for this whole thing with the task force and everything else to go. And we had Daredevil and Fisk have their first physical altercation of the season, and yeah, both of them took a beating, but in the end they kind of called it a truce because, as Fisk brought out, Matt's not the type to finish it right there and then, but neither of them exactly knows what to do as far as like where to go, because neither of them wants to back down on what they think is the best thing for the city. And then we ended the episode with, unfortunately, Karen being taken in by the task force. She basically stayed behind to try to help one of the protesters who had been very badly injured, and yeah, unfortunately her cover was blown and she's been caught. So a lot going into this episode. We'll see, because we all know that they're going to want to make an example out of Karen, plus it's a weak spot for Matt, so we'll have to see how that goes. Let's jump in. Just before I do though, a reminder to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and also if you'd like to catch this reaction uncut, you can do so on my Patreon. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. I wonder if he's gonna look, oh, it's very obviously one missing. Well, at least she knows how to fight, so she won't be an easy target in there. I don't trust that Fisk is gonna send people after her though. But my gut's telling me Fisk's gonna use Karen as a bartering chip. He has nothing left to lose as far as personal connections right now, so he'll go after Matt's Achilles for sure. See, look where he is.
Yet I believe in order.
Sure.
And you are a criminal.
Cool.
Worse.
But so are you.
Of a deranged vigilante.
You have a criminal record. Remember that? You went to jail.
You know, I've never seen you scared before.
Clock him.
I kind of like it.
Clock him.
Not fear.
Oh, it's fear.
Order.
Go for
This
it.
page. Order.
Go for it. Nothing weaker than choking a woman.
Choose it wisely.
Love it. I'll give Karen that. She's no punk. She ain't scared. She's dealt with abusive ass before.
Yeah, please don't kill me. Also, I'm not really sure you can anymore because the little birdie said your powers ain't what they used to be.
Oh, they come and go.
Don't forget, I am the only one that can connect you with Luke.
Okay, there it is.
Where is he?
He's overseas. He's doing the Lord's work, so you don't have to.
You're behind.
The governor wants Fisk out.
Oh, good luck.
The way I see it, this goes all kinds of wrong for Governor McCaffrey.
Yeah. You forget that man's got psychotic goons at his beck and call.
Fisk is gonna kill the governor.
That's what Charles suggested, very strongly.
Yeah, she's the only person who can break his port thing.
I don't believe a word that asshole says, but in this case,
It's logical.
it does track.
She's the only one who can revoke the Freeport's charter.
Exactly.
Fisk puts one of his puppets in the governor's office.
He's unstoppable.
Cherry, Jessica Cherry. Hey.
He's out of the hospital. Welcome back, Chair. How's the ticker?
Fast tracking her to vigilante court. You go in there and bust her out, you are the criminal he says you are.
She's not safe there.
If he was gonna hurt her, he'd have
You've done it
all right.
already, exactly. He wants to make an example.
Sticking around.
I haven't decided yet.
Said he needs you.
So she will.
Fisk isn't gonna stop unless someone puts him down.
That's not
Forgotten
Matt
how
Star.
encouraging you were.
Yeah. Oh, sweet freedom. So, Poindexter, we need your aim, bro. Again, non-fatally, if you can. Hello?
So,
Right? Like, what are you doing?
you wanted one good deed, right?
I've already done it.
I hate you for Foggy.
Yeah, I think he knows that. I don't think he was trying to be your friend.
Part of me needs to forgive you.
Yeah.
He's like, can I get a sandwich?
You want to do one good thing in a life full of shit? I got it for you.
You don't know anything about his life.
You know I can't make any promises, right?
Yeah, he's like, I won't lie to you. I am kind of the killy type.
Wouldn't believe you if you did.
Thank you. You have to put the shirt back on. No need to hurry about that. Hey, homie clearly worked for that figure. I'm just appreciating it.
Hey, Karen. It's been a while.
Yeah.
You're from the Netflix show, right? Is this a good idea? I mean, I get it. Like, she's going to get railroaded when it comes to the trial, but I don't think it's a good idea to break her out.
No, I know. I didn't come to get you.
Okay, good.
Great minds, huh?
We may have to cross lines to stop it. Just not the ones you think.
Just a matter of picking our strongest charges. Charge her on all of them. Convict her on all of them.
Well, sir, given the time crunch.
All of them.
He's saying this is not going to be a fair trial. We don't do that here.
Dr. Glenn.
Sir, you asked to see me?
Yes, please come in.
You found out you stole his wife's earring? I can see these two hooking up, honestly. She has no lines left to cross.
How are you, sir?
Don't care.
I don't know. I haven't been asked that.
Because no one cares.
I appreciate your words.
Honesty at a time like that for someone like Fisk is definitely more preferable than thoughts and prayers.
When we act on impulse, we surprise even ourselves.
I'd like to
Klepto.
think I have more self-control than that.
No, you've completely lost your mind. As I said, I can see the two of them hooking up, both crazy.
I can't keep stalling. Buck.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him. Fuck you.
Yeah, he could kill you.
And you turned it into some plastic commercial for fascist New York.
I didn't see you complaining.
Okay. well,
Did I have an option?
And all for what? So that you can get out of Staten and get a douchebag condo?
Stop.
Is she
He
wrong?
killed my uncle.
You don't know that.
I
Yes,
do.
I do.
She does.
You've just decided to turn a blind eye, and that is your problem.
Fine.
Clocked.
Buck Cashman is waiting for me to hand you over to him. And if I don't, then he comes after me,
And your mom.
my mom, and anyone I care about. So, baby, you should be fucking terrified right now, because I am.
You really should take his fear seriously.
Just give me a second to fucking think. Just sit there and let me think.
Respectfully, I think she's the better thinker in this particular scenario.
Daniel is proving to be quite a team player.
Buck is like,
Yes, he is. It's not easy to make the hard decisions.
No, but seriously, you're assuming Buck doesn't hasn't bugged your phone or something or couldn't figure it out? Oh, this corrupt trio again?
Attorney Hochberg, your opening statement.
Excellent.
Your Honors, I could argue my client's innocence.
But this is a
I
farce.
could argue the illegitimacy of this court.
That part.
Is a vigilante the last resort to obtain the justice that a broken society can no longer supply?
The evidence will show that.
Both, truthfully.
I'd like to bring in my co-counsel.
Co-counsel, but already calling for backup?
Matt Murdock? He said, I'm here for my hoe.
Matthew Murdoch.
Who gonna play with the hoe?
I think Fisk knew he'd come out for him, though. All right, his face looks like he's not happy about it, though.
Who formed the task force and created these parameters?
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Fisk.
Criminally convicted Mayor Fisk?
Welfare check. With assault rifles and MRAP personnel carriers? I don't know, seems like a lot of hardware for a blind lawyer.
Yeah, y'all like to bully the weak. We know this. Even though Matt's not the weak one.
I was told she drove the getaway vehicle.
You were told.
So you didn't see it.
What else did Officer Powell tell you to do?
Right? Like the little dog you are.
Kill Hector Ayala?
Bark.
Or maybe that was Mayor Fisk.
Objection. Immaterial, misleading, and prejudicial.
True, true, and true.
And remind you that there's no jury to play to here.
Sure about that, Your Honor?
Jury of public opinion?
I think it's time we move forward on the suspension paperwork. Fisk's reign is over, but we do need to move quick, though.
Paperwork? To take out... You need to see if Poindexter takes direct, like, does he need direct deposit, cashier's check, gold bars? That's what you need to be figuring out, talking about paperwork.
What's going on?
He's being the bitch we always knew he was. I gave him half props last episode because I thought that he was protecting her, but he's going to protect his own ass first.
I went upstate with Buck.
Damn it. Now you're implicated.
Catskills, and we buried a body. But I can't have anyone else knowing I did that.
Do you realize what he did? I mean, I don't know why. You didn't say don't tell me.
Daniel, please, Daniel! Is this really the person you want to be?
He already is that person. Always been, actually.
Fuck! Fuck, come on, before he sees.
Still don't trust you.
Don't go home, don't tell me where, and do not go anyplace he would look, okay?
How would he know what...
You did the right thing, just let me. Just make it count.
I still don't trust him.
They're not leaving, are they?
Nope.
No, they're not.
I feel like there's going to be gunfire. Mm-hmm. Yeesh! Tires, please. Oh my God, headshot. Matt can take care of himself. Except that he's not bulletproof. And this is why Karen said you needed to finish him. Because Fisk will go there, Matt. You should know. He's not afraid to take your life. That's the difference between the two of you. I know. He wouldn't be mad if he took his life, but just saying. If he didn't want to do it, Poindexter's right there. Knew that was going to happen. So sorry, my good girl. You should have been in a non-extradition country by now. Thanks, Poindexter. Right back at you. He does have a swagger when he walks. You just know he's big. Kidding. I'm kidding. He's a terrible person.
Hey.
Are we going to lose Daniel? If he dies for this, I will give him a -5. This is the price you pay for an easy street with a criminal.
Where is she, Daniel?
He really doesn't know.
Fuck you, Buck.
Oh, that's very New York of you. Daniel, my friend, you outweigh this guy, I'm sure, by at least 30 pounds. But I guess you didn't learn how to fight. That's okay. I don't feel sorry for him. This is the price you pay. He wanted easy street. You want to turn a blind eye to criminal activity and someone doing what Fisk is doing. This is the price you pay. It's the price you pay. If it wasn't for BB, it would have been for something else. It was always looming. That's why it's not worth it.
Maybe we should try something else. What did you have in mind?
How far is Fisk's dick down your throat?
He's completely inaccessible. He's distant, complicated.
Tell her about herself.
Worries me. As it should.
Jealous?
It's also totally hot. So you can understand.
Woo! Clock her.
Is Kevin molesting you? Don't. No, it wasn't like that. I'm sure. Did you feel powerful?
Look at you laughing about someone potentially being sexually assaulted.
After a lifetime of, I don't know,
Tells me.
being used as a puppet by all these men.
Oh, you have a nerve.
You were friends with Vanessa Fisk, weren't you?
I'm not answering any personal questions. That's unprofessional.
You already answered it.
Fuck, he killed. Did you know that? Is that in those files? That really hurt you, didn't it? Enough that you'd run to them to feel safe. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't pity me.
I guess I won.
Too late.
I won. Look who lost control. Aren't you a professional?
Is that all you got?
Right?
Not even close.
And please let them know that your psychological consult gave you the bruises in court tomorrow. They won't care, but yeah.
I don't know where she is.
He really doesn't.
Last chance.
More strength than you've got, hey, Buck? Matt, I'm gonna need you to leave Churches out of your mess. For real. How many times have you come here and brought trouble to their house?
How long till you're on the floor with a gun pointed at your head?
Something tells me Buck's made peace with that, though.
All my tribulations and suffering.
Oh, look at you, Buck. You actually do like him. Hey, Jess. I need to be back. She talks a tough game, but she's a softie.
Amen.
R.I.P. Dan. That's the game you play. But I give you your -5s because you protected BB. And that death will be for nothing, Buck. It'll be for absolutely nothing. You couldn't break him. You couldn't break him. That's it. That's the end. Okie dokie. Well, guys, that was episode 7. And yeah, this one was, pretty chill as far as the action's concerned, which is fine. This one was more about, Karen. I guess we can just kind of go by characters. For Karen, it's exactly like I predicted last episode. I knew that they were going to try to make an example out of her because that's what Fisk wants to do, right? He needs to try to make it seem like anyone who tries to go up against his totalitarian fascism is going to be made an example of, or they're going to suffer the ultimate, punishment, and there'll be no escaping it. And also he knew that as a byproduct, it was going to get to Matt, right? Because he knows that this is someone important to Matt. So yeah, I love that he continued to lose this episode though. Like, yeah, he has Karen in this court and she's kind of dead to rights as far as being able to leave. But the fact that he went to the prison and thought that his little stupid speech was going to rattle her. I love that she came up and she said, if there's one thing I've seen in my life, it's weak men. And that's exactly what I'm seeing right now. You're scared. You realize this has spiraled so far out of your control, and every single point you thought you had nailed down has come unraveling, all because you overstretched. And to think you thought you could go global. Anyway, let's be glad he's messing up. But anyway, I love that she called him out on that. The fact that he was grabbing her and choking her, like I said, the only cherry on the cake she could have put on that one is so she'd been like, that it takes the weakest form of a man to choke out a woman, right? Oh, or at least, like I said, for me, I would have been petty. I'd have been like, didn't your daddy do this to your mommy? Look at you being a team player. I would have just listened. I would have gone for deep psychological damage, but that's me. Anyway, as I said, it's a good thing she didn't. Staying alive is the priority at the moment. And like I said, Fisk is so unhinged right now that he would kill her. So anyway, we see how that happens. The trial happens. We already know the trial's a farce. All those judges have been bought off or are being threatened by Fisk already. So we know we're not getting any justice from them. But smartly, we see that, why do I always forget the name of the girl? Matt's lawyer friend. But yeah, her and, and Karen, they've all figured out that while there is no jury and, these judges are not on the level, there's cameras, right? Fisk is going to want this publicized because he wants it to be made an example. So I love that when the judge was like, you don't have to do all these theatrics because you don't have a jury. And she's like, don't I? Are you sure about that? Like, these cameras are running and it's live. The court of public opinion is far more important than the bullshit that's going on in here, right? And that's why we see that Matt even showing up. Fisk, like I said, I do think a part of him accounted for the fact that Matt might show up, but he was hoping it wouldn't happen, right? Because of course, you have to see that Fisk can only predict so much what other people might do, but in the end, Fisk can only look at things from the perspective of something he would do, right? Fisk is always coming from a twisted, dark, selfish, narcissistic place. He can't really fathom why people act the way that they do, right? So I say this to say that that's why you saw that look on his face when Matt showed up to the trial. He knew it was a possibility, but he was really hoping he wouldn't, because it kind of backfired for him. Because remember earlier in the season, he was like, Matt's a hero. He saved my life. He's amazing. I love him, right? So how can you go from that to, now he shows up in court, and obviously the person that you just said was a hero coming in to defend the person you're now trying to paint as a villain. Yeah, that didn't quite work out the way you thought it would, right? But again, because Fisk would never in a million years show up to a court. If the situation was reversed, Fisk would never risk the exposure, right? So again, he knew it was a possibility, but Fisk can never quite understand how motivations like that work because he doesn't ever act from a selfless place. For him, it's always about self-preservation. It's always about him over everybody, right? And so anyway, we see that Karen went through the trial. You know, obviously she's doing her best to just get through it. And then we see that when she goes back to jail, actually, we should talk about the conversation between her and Matt. You know, basically her saying that, you know, even though you could bust me out, I don't think that's the right thing, because in this scenario, if you bust me out, there's no way we're going to be able to make that look like we're not guilty, right? Because that's the act of someone who's guilty, is to bust them out of jail. She's like, no, considering that the reason I've been arrested is because I'm trying to help out a very righteous rebellion here, I can't just bail, right? Because it's going to look like I was guilty. So anyway, her and Matt kind of both agreed that her escaping at this point in time would be counterproductive. But anyway, the only other thing that I think was of note in this episode was the scene between her and the psychotic psychologist, the two psychos in the beginning. But anyway, yeah, like I forgot that she had beef with Karen over the fact that that's who Matt's called out after everything that had happened. She thought she was special, and Matt was like, anyways, back to this other girl that I'm fantasizing about. Yeah, sweetheart, as I've been saying multiple episodes, Matt is a hoe. He really don't like his girls like that. So, you know, sucks to be you that you didn't figure that out till too late. But anyways, you know, it sadly became that, you know, that slightly catty tit for tat thing that women do sometimes where, you know, well, I mean, first, I love that Karen recognized, girl, you're not here for any reason that's actually legit, so let's not even pretend. But then we see that when she clocked her for not recognizing that Matt never loved her like that. And then sadly, like the part that was disturbing though was, and this is why I'm saying that chick, that character, that psychologist, she needs to either be, first of all, definitely take her license away, but at a minimum. But I personally feel like she needs to be behind bars or possibly locked up going forward, because she's gone a full Harley Quinn psychotic break. Like she's done, guys. She's cooked mentally. She's gone. Like whatever, you know, I shouldn't say whatever. What happened to her last season, it broke her on a very fundamental level. There was probably other stuff that, you know, led to that being the breaking point, but she's done. But the reason I say that she needs to absolutely not practice anymore or ever be given any form of access to patients ever again is because for her to go after, you know, Karen poked the nest by saying, hey, you know, get off your high horse. You were never that special to Matt in the first place. She goes and takes everything that goes against her mandate as a mental health provider, as someone who's supposed to be protecting and securing and trying to help people obtain mental health. She goes and purposefully pokes at the deep trauma around Karen and the male figures in her life, the ones that have actually caused her an incredible amount of pain. You don't do that as a mental health professional. If you do that, you are no longer worthy of your license. You need to walk away from that entirely. Weaponizing someone's trauma and pain when you are a trained mental health professional is diabolical. That is unforgivable. I'm not saying that Karen was right to, you know, poke her feelings around being hurt by Matt, but Karen is a person. Okay, she is a person. You are a mental health professional trained to protect people's mental health, and you weaponize her trauma against her and things that had absolutely nothing to do with the matter in hand of Matt. At least Karen kept it to the Matt situation. You had to go into her childhood? Yeah, no, girl, you are diabolical. You deserve to be, like I said, delicensed immediately and ideally put into a mental facility. You need to get some deep therapy and a lot of medication. But anyway, that whole situation happened, and now Karen's basically waiting for the next day. We all know that, you know, unless a miracle happens, she's definitely going to be convicted as guilty because it's not a real trial. But I do think that the things that were said in court and potentially whatever final argument that can be given by Karen's lawyer, that might be enough to potentially at least get people, you know, the public recognizing that this is not okay. And I do think that Matt will definitely not allow her to go all the way to prison, right? She's not going to go to real prison, but the trial had to happen, I guess is the point. So that's kind of where Karen's at. You know, she's, you know, basically waiting to see what will happen at this point. You know, I kind of like that she had a half smirk over the fact that in the end, she kind of won the little tit for tat that her and the psychologist were going at, because in the end, she's like, you know what Vanessa Fisk did. You know that she's an absolute trash bin. You know that Fisk is a trash bin. And you went, she's like, Matt must have broke you. You're talking to me about my man issues. You let one little bro that you was sleeping with for a few months, who just happened to be in love with somebody else. And again, he didn't even cheat on you for real, just because he didn't love you like that. You want to go and running straight into the arms of psychos? Yeah, no, girl, you broken. You done been broken, you know? So anyway, but she's lost complete control. That part is abundantly clear. She needs to go. But anyhow, at least Karen knows that she kind of won that little mini battle, at least with her. I don't know what that battle wins her outside of personal satisfaction at this point, but that's where we're at with Karen anyways. Like, she's kind of at the point, she's done as much as she can. You know, they're clearly not going to let her testify, most likely, because, well, I mean, they might let her testify. We'll see, because we saw, I love that they showed when she arrived at the courthouse that half of them were clapping, half of them were booing. Like, it's still very mixed. I do think she might gain more people who are on the positive side of it before it's all said and done, but we'll have to see. But yes, outside of that, taking a look at Matt, there wasn't a ton on Matt outside of, well, we had that whole thing with Jessica going to see Mr. Charles, and well, their connection is still interesting, but now we know that the main reason she's locked in with Charles is because he's the key to her finding out what's going on with Luke. So what is Luke doing? That is the question. What is Luke up to? Him saying the Lord's work, like, that was clearly like facetious, but maybe it wasn't. But yeah, I mean, I'm still not 100% sure what Mr. Charles's job is. Like, at first I thought he worked for Langley. I don't think that's the case now. I think he's a broker. It feels like some type of a middleman that can facilitate things for different organizations at higher levels, all over, you know, or different people for the right price, right? He deals in information, he deals in contacts, he's supposed to get things done. That's kind of more what I think Mr. Charles is, and that is probably why he knows what's going on with Luke and potentially can get the information, at least, that Jessica would need to try to find him. Now, why Jessica can't find him, how he disappeared, what he could get into where he wouldn't be able to contact her, these are all questions I need to know the answer to. I need to probably go back and watch the end of Luke Cage season 2, because it's been a minute to know if anything crazy would have happened. But yeah, I mean, they're probably going to fill us in when the Defenders comes anyways. But yeah, at least now we know what that connection is with her and Mr. Charles. And sadly, Mr. Charles is aware of the fact that her powers are on the blink. So again, they wouldn't have brought this up twice if it's not going to be probably a big part of the Defenders when it comes up. But like I said, I'm interested. I'd love to see why her powers suddenly went wonky after having a kid. I got a lot of theories, but I'm interested to see what the show says is the reason. So anyway, she got the information from Mr. Charles that Fisk is going to go after the governor because she's the only person who A, can get him out of office, and B, can mess up his Freeport situation in Red Hook. So yeah, he's like, you know, Fisk is going to go after her. Like, he's like, I don't have any like anything to back that up, but he's like, that's the move I would make. So I'm pretty certain that's what Fisk would do. So yeah, she fed that information to Matt, and she's like, you know, maybe someone should try to protect her because she is definitely trying to pull out from backing Fisk ever since Vanessa died. So yeah, Fisk is going to go after her. That's just 1 + 1 = 2. You know, Cherry and her met, and then Cherry kind of dropped the whole, like, are you going to stick around and kind of help out because things are about to get messy? And Jessica's like, no, I got a kid. I can't do it. Like, what? This is what you need. It's not for me. This is your job. But if y'all watch Jessica Jones, you know that, like I said, she talks a big game, but she's got a really soft heart, and she just can't walk away from helping people who need help. And yeah, she walked away initially, but as we saw towards the end there, she did come back, which is good because Matt, he'll survive. But you know, if you've ever had any type of injury to your torso, you know that it's not going to be easy for him to move around, especially with the kind of fighting that Matt does, that full-on acrobatic capoeira parkour that he does when he fights. So yeah, I'm glad that somebody with, well, at the moment, intermittent super strength is there to at least help him out to a degree. But yeah, speaking of that, why was Matt shot? We see that after he showed up in court, like I said, his presence definitely sent a message to the people who felt like he was a hero for protecting Fisk. I think a lot of Fisk's followers are a little bit confused as to why that happened. But anyways, you know, he's a good the thing is, he's a great litigator. And I love that this show doesn't really talk about it as much. They definitely showed it more in the Netflix one, but Matt's a great lawyer. They kind of skip over it because he's Daredevil, but he actually is a really good litigator. But anyway, he did his thing, more so to piss off Fisk, and also, of course, to use whatever public sway that he had to help Karen out. And we see that he decided to let Poindexter go, but mostly because he needed him. And he basically let Poindexter know that, look, you know, you say you want to have one good deed, something to kind of help balance the scales, then I've got something that you can do. I would prefer that you didn't kill when you did it, but, you know, I know it's you. And then he basically said, look, but just so you know, I'm not letting you go because I like you. You know, I still hate you for what you did to Foggy, etc. And I think it's so interesting because he's telling all this to Poindexter, and it's clearly for his own benefit. Because I'm like, respectfully, like, look at Benjamin. Benjamin don't give a damn, right? I really love the actor who's playing, like, I think he's done such a great job with Bullseye's character, because as I said before, in the movies and a lot of the other depictions, he's been very camp and almost like unbearable. But I feel like this is the most rounded, believable version of him that we've seen. And I love how the actor kind of has this, because yeah, Benjamin's not exactly okay, right? He's better than he was when Vanessa, met up with him. But even with the, the meds or whatever else he's got to be on right now, he's a little crazy, right? And so the way he's just kind of half smiling at Matt, like, why are you telling me this, bro? I don't care. I don't care. I was prepared to die like 2 days ago. You're the one who decided to save my ass. Like, sure. I'm like, I don't, like, he said it. Like, I know you hate me. Of course you hate me. I killed your friend. Of course you hate me. I'd be more scared if you didn't hate me, right? Like, he's like, I don't know why you're telling me all this, but cool. Thanks. Like, I guess, thank you for not killing me, I guess. He'll probably keep that in the back burner for now, but, no guarantees for the future. But yeah, obviously, Matt, the thing that he wanted Poindexter to do is to keep an eye out for the governor. And thank goodness he did, because that was the right move. Unsurprisingly, Fisk did send someone for her, and Poindexter saved her life. So that will be all she needs. Like, the fact that guy is not dead. We'll see whether or not he actually talks. But if he does end up talking, that will be all the governor needs to bring in more reinforcements to force Fisk out of office, whether he wants to be there or not. She's definitely going to sign off on get rid of Red Hook as well. There's no doubt that she's going to revoke Red Hook too. So yeah, these are the things that when it gets back to Fisk is why I feel like in the next episode, he's going to be next level desperado. And I love that Karen brought that out as well when she talked to Matt, that Fisk she's like, I've never seen him like this. He's definitely still plotting and scheming, but he's also like, he's not really stable right now. So I don't know. We have no idea what to predict what he'll do next, but he's definitely he's not giving up. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that's kind of what happened there. So yeah, Matt let him go. And then we saw at the end there that of course he was at the courthouse and then he got shot. And then he went to, of course, Matt always goes back to the church. In the end, it always comes down to his relationship with God. So yeah, he went to go and pray for help because he kind of needs prayers right now. And then of course, Jessica came in. So she's probably going to help him and bandage him up and at least keep people off his ass if anyone's looking for him. So that's pretty much Matt. Other character in this we kind of touched on lightly was Kingpin. Yeah, he is still in his mode, like he's angry. He's trying to desperately claw back whatever little leverage he's got left. He literally only now has Buck at this point, and I guess the psychologist. But yeah, he's realizing it's all bleeding, and he's trying to act like everything's under control, but it's not. You can tell by the sneers and everything else that he's still not okay. The conversation between him and the psychologist kind of showed that, he is very much still in the middle of the grieving process. And, I know it's to humanize him, and I do understand where he's coming from, but like, I don't really empathize because he just hurts too many people for me to care. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, okay. But yeah, I get it. And I think it was valid for them to show that yes, Fisk is still a man and he still did love Vanessa. And he is still very much in that mode of, oh my gosh. And yeah, no one really asked him because no one cares. And that's his fault. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't such a diabolically scary dick, people would actually care about your loss, sir. That's kind of the way it works. Anyways, so yeah, that was Fisk. Basically, like I said, he's definitely gearing up to kind of do a big move of some sort. I think we'll find out what it is in the next episode. But yeah, he's very much unpredictable at the moment because of his emotional state. And then finally, Daniel, we can wrap this up on Daniel. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that his care for BB in the end overtook. I really did think he would give her up, and he did almost. I think, thank goodness, soon he had to actually look her in the face to do that. He couldn't bring himself to do it. And maybe it was also because BB said the right words in that moment of, is this really who you want to be? And I don't think Daniel would have, like, if he had gone through with it, I don't think he would have been able to live with it to put that out there. As much as a little bitch as he is, and I've been saying since season 1, he does have a conscience. That much has been shown. And especially when he went home to it, I think if she hadn't met his mom and all that, maybe he would have been more detached. But yeah, that was kind of like where it kind of became that breaking point for him. Like, oh crap, like I really can't do this. I can't do this. I can't go through with it. So yeah, he decided at the last minute to let her go. And I appreciate Daniel for that. I would have been very mad if BB ended up dead or tortured. We already had to lose our uncle, which was a great character. So I'm like, if y'all kill BB, I'll be pissed. So I'm glad that, he did save her. It sucks that it had to be her or him. But as I said, that's the reason I didn't feel so sorry for him getting that beating is because, like I said, if you dance with the devil, at some point you're going to get burned. That's all there is to it. Like, and BB tried to tell him that so much since last season. Like, bro, you're looking at the shiny veneer of this nice new apartment and the power you're feeling for it right now, but you're dancing with the devil. You're getting in bed with Beelzebub. Like, it's not going to work out for you in the long run. It really isn't. And we're seeing that that's even the case with Buck, right? Daniel got to do that little pay it forward moment. Yeah, he died, but he got to die with a clear conscience. and he doesn't have to live with how much worse things were going to get being Fisk's lackey. But, you know, he passed that along to Buck. Like, you can take me out right now, bro. But he's like, this is not your former days in the whatever it is, the British version of the CIA. This is not MI6. This is not the military anymore. You're living real life right now. You're making a decision to be a horrible person, to stand by a horrible person. You got to live with that. And at some point, you're going to be where I am. And you know it's coming. So his words got him. You saw it. Like, Buck did hesitate. He did still carry it out, but he did hesitate. So I don't know what that means, but I do think he's going to carry that death with him for a long time. But he's not going to go anywhere. Like, someone like Buck has already sold his soul a long time ago. But yeah, he clearly liked Daniel, and that's why Daniel was able to get through to him. But as I said, I'll give Daniel's -5s. At least he did one good thing. To counterbalance a lot of the crap he did last season. Doesn't necessarily cover for all the people who've suffered because of his complacency, but at least he saved one life that he really cared about. And also for BB, I think it's gonna be rough when she finds out that he died for this, but she warned him. She did warn him about the pool of sharks he was jumping into. So yeah, as I said, bye Daniel, RIP. You know, Mr. Gandolfini, you did a good job. You did actually play Daniel very, very well. You took him from being someone completely unlikable in season 1 to being someone that you actually started to feel a bit sorry for in season 2. So good job on that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I think next episode is the finale, so I'm interested as to what we're going to wrap up with. But we already know there's going to be another season, so I wouldn't be surprised if we end on a cliffy. But this has been a good season thus far. I enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching along. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.